like me. Okay.
This one.
Oh God. Oh God.
This is
well, it's not something that I do, and I would really love to learn, but we don't have time for me to learn. This is Evibes, the musical band series, everybody. And today I'm inside the shrine of Nkyinkyim Band, and they're about to do what they do best. I will allow them to do that. There's a conversation after this. Praise the Lord, everybody.
Hallelujah.
We're still here. It's Evibes. I'm so grateful to be here with you. And I am so, I don't know, I feel really special. I mean, to have the Nkyinkyim Band perform live here on the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Please, what's your name?
My name is Becky. I work with Joy News, Joy Prime, the multimedia group in all. And I host Evibes. We're doing the musical band series this season. It's all about celebrating musical bands here in Ghana. We've realized as a production here in Ghana that musical bands have been sort of relegated to the back when it comes to the conversation about music itself and musicians. So the whole idea is to check on all the musical bands that we can, put our hands on and find out from them, just basically tell their story. So I know that Nkyinkyim Band also have their story. Mm-hmm. And so I'm here to listen to the band story, the genesis of Nkyinkyim Band.
Oh, Adam is here.
So, obviously there's no Eve in it. I know that you're a 6-man band, but then somebody stepped out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's running errands.
Okay. For the band. Yeah. Okay. And I'm also grateful that you could have me here in your shrine.
All right.
Yeah.
And that explains it. We're all barefooted. Yeah. So I get to know you first of all, then maybe you can tell me collectively what the band is about and where it started from. So we'll start from the band lead, your name and where you're coming from. Making short. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, so my name is Johnson Kofi, and then I'm the sound engineer and then a bass guitarist for the band.
Okay, Johnson.
My name is Kodo. And I am a vocalist for the band, amongst other things.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll go deeper into that.
Okay.
My name is Kwame Usu.
Kwame Usu.
Yeah, I'm also a vocalist.
Okay.
Among other things.
Okay. Good to see you. Oh, the gentleman who tried fixing my I know. I failed.
Totally. Yes, so I'm Kwame Yakumia. I'm the keys man.
Keys man. Yeah, okay, I love that. Keys man. And
my name is King George and I'm the drummer.
Can I call you King?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I love King George on the drums. Lovely to meet you all.
And then there's Anthony.
Yeah,
he's the one on
running the errands. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hello to you. Shout outs to you, Anthony. We're doing this without you. Tell me about the story. Where in Nkyinkyim Band, you guys have made or created a niche of your own in your space. You have caught a lot of attention. Even had 2 albums. To your credit, laudable. So, who started who started what?
Okay, so first of all, let's welcome you to Nkyinkyim Fie.
Yes,
this is our shrine. And
thank you.
We have some positions in the house.
Okay.
So this is my linguist.
Okay.
Yes, and then this is the Safwahini.
Safwahini.
Yeah.
That's like the keys man.
So me
Oh.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sika crab ya hini ni.
Okay. Nti owo sapa.
Sana.
We no kita scam.
Kana twini hini ni.
Twene. Obo twene.
I'm not feeling no the kasa. Kasa man Nkyinkyim Band. Okay, so Nkyinkyim Band we started that was 2014. Yeah. So I had an idea that I was first working with a band, and then we had grown-up people. I was the only young person. So I thought it twice that I want to have my own people so that we can do something, like have a band.
Right.
So I had this mind that people are just saying you can't do anything out of music. Like the band people is just we play the band and
Right.
so I had to prove a point. So I got in touch with my Safwahini, the keyboardist.
Keys.
Yes.
Keys man.
That came to where I was staying. I was playing the other band I was talking about. And then he came around to not to play keyboard, but to play game. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. So, and he was a kobolo, so he didn't go anywhere that day.
No, say that he was from the streets. We still love people from the streets.
Oh, kobolo and street is the same thing.
But just say streets.
It's all one.
Kobolo is somebody's name.
Yeah, it's all one. It's all one.
Okay, so
We're creating a lot of music here. I'm aligning.
Yeah, so he came and then he felt the vibe in the house, and then he started staying with me just like that.
Okay.
I sacked him, but I didn't go. So from there, I said, "Oh, Charlie, we can do something."
Right.
So he too introduced me to his church because I was the Satan he knew. Yes. So we went to the church and then we tried to rehearse, me and him, and the church drummer, that was his friend.
Right.
He was in Legon, and then he said, "Oh, if you can get some singers, so we are doing some end of year something, so you can come over and then see."
Yeah.
So I got there and I saw some two guys standing in front of one microphone here and there. They were doing like this, singing. I said,
Were they pretending to be singing?
They were singing, but yeah. So when they closed, I just approached one short guy, and I talked to him.
I'm guessing.
Yes,
The
that's
linguist.
this guy. Yeah,
It's obvious.
So obvious.
So I went home, and the next day I came to the school again. That was Legon, and then he spoke to Albert about it.
Money man.
Yes, the money. We shared the idea, and then we started. We started rehearsing, and then started playing with our former drummer. Initially, we had a manager, a she manager. Shout out to Augusta Nabiadi.
Shout out.
That's
Eve.
Eve. Okay, so that was the only event.
Yes.
That's
So
nice.
We were working together, and then they have to go. They had to leave us, and our brother came in. So that is a short summary.
Of
how
it's
it-
actually very interesting, and I'm wondering how the journey has been for, beautiful story how you guys came together, but the journey so far for you, how has it been like?
So just like the name Nkyinkyim suggests, twists and turns.
Right.
The journey has been full of twists and turns. One step ahead, 2 steps backwards, 3 steps ahead, 1 step backward. Then you go 10 steps ahead.
Pick
you
it up.
Come back again. But it's been interesting. It's been full of lessons. We've been training, rehearsing, practicing, trying to, fulfill that vision Adam had. to to create a career out of this. Initially, people were like, why do you want to go to even school and read music? Why would you want to read music in school? Does it pay? But you know, when you are facing such obstacles, it comes with a lot of problems as well. But we've been able to maneuver our way through, and we will say it's been a 10-year journey full of twists and turns.
A decade of So Money Man, does it pay?
Yeah, I would say it does.
Okay, that's not what I heard when I came in. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
You're shy. Go ahead.
It does. Just that, just like any other work, you will need to think like a businessman at a point. You know, it's not just about you getting paid, but about you growing a business. So it depends on how you look at it. For us, I don't know about other bands. For us, it wasn't just about getting paid. It's about building an enterprise. More so. So as we sit here with you right now, it's not just about the band. There are other things we would want to do. We want to get into education and train people.
Okay.
At a point, we would want to get into maybe sound. We love sound. We love to help with, the sound aspect of music, performance, production, all those stuff. So I would say it pays, but if you are relying on the pay, like we always say, you have to invest. So what we do is we reinvest in whatever we get.
Okay.
That's how come we are here. We are sitting here right now. Else we would be scattered all over. But then because we want,
there's a level of investment in there. You know that I know that you guys represent the past and the present. So you do a bit of high life, you do a bit of palm wine music, then you mix it all up with the Afro beats and all of that. How do you blend it as a group? Like, you know, how does that even work?
You are looking at me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nkyinkyim actually is an Edinkra symbol, which means diversity, dynamism, and the twists and turns of life.
Yeah.
Yes. So by music, we all know music is dynamic.
Yeah.
Yes. So and time changes. You understand? So with the music history in Ghana, music has evolved from palm wine to
high life
to hip life. Let's say that's the known transition.
Right.
Yes, and now it's Afro beats. So for us,
and dancehall.
Yes. So for us, we take pride in our heritage. That's why we do most of the high life songs. We want to learn from our forefathers, because to know your future, you have to know your past. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, you have.
To add to that, all coming from different music backgrounds.
Right.
Aside, different backgrounds in general. We all have different tastes in music. So we found a way to merge all our interests. There are no egos.
Okay.
There are no egos.
You sure?
Yeah.
No room.
No room for egos.
Is it something that when you started, you decided that, okay, we're not going to go on that tangent?
I think it wasn't a conscious
Nobody will tell you.
decision.
Okay.
But I think with time,
Because
we
I
didn't
know
even realize
music comes with a lot of ego. The business, I know. People feeling that they're better than the other person. My vocals is better. I play the keys better than him. You know.
True.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's true. You play. But there are no egos.
There are no egos.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
The thing is, nobody can perfectly do what the other does, and you need everybody.
Has to be a team.
Yes, it has to be a
Okay.
team. The moment he is not there, we are doomed. The moment he is not there, we are
You
doomed.
can't do anything.
The moment the two of us are not there and they are playing with another singer, they will also not enjoy. So it's a teamwork. So there are no egos. So what we do is, whoever brings an idea, we just listen to it, and then if it falls in place, we just give it a try. If we try it out and it doesn't work, we all realize, oh, this one
It
didn't
didn't work.
or
Yeah.
it didn't work. So there are no egos. So we try to merge everybody's interest. So it helped us in, satisfying our clients and all that, because when you have an event to play and you check the caliber of event or the type of event, and you know this is what you're supposed to do. You don't impose your interest there, because the interest of the client is the most
important.
Yeah,
all the time.
exactly. So I think over time, we've learned to merge all our interests. So it makes us kind of dynamic, and it makes us also accommodating to. We've played Israeli gigs where we learned their songs. Yeah, and all that.
You know, I was actually coming to the challenges you've had, the number of shows. I know that you've had like a successful show that's you headline shows.
Yeah.
You know, and you've successfully released 2 albums. Now that we're talking about success and all of that, can you brag about your success for me? Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about all the things that you've done that for the benefit of everybody else who is watching for the first time. You know, Nkyinkyim Band.
So way back when I remember back in 2013 when I completed high school, I wanted to do music. I was a rapper back then.
Okay.
I went to one of my uncles for help, and he was like, if it's music I want to do, then he can't help me.
You won't pay the fees.
He won't pay the fees.
My dad told me the same thing.
The same thing. Okay.
This acting that you were going to do, nobody's taking care of you.
Nobody's taking care of you. Fast forward 10 years later, there are people calling almost every one of us to tutor their children, to show them the way to become musicians. I would say that is the biggest achievement of all. And that was part of Adam's vision. That was part of...
to call you Adam, and everybody else will call you Adam.
Now with this, it's stuck actually.
Okay, yeah. I'm actually going with Adam.
Yeah. Adam Johnson.
Yes.
So
that was a player.
So
Okay,
now you get people to call you, ask you, oh, where can I read music? What can I do to be like you? That is the biggest achievement of all. That is what I would say is the biggest. We've had other successes. I mean, you get free food.
I love food too.
You
invite me for an event and there's no food, please forget it.
You get free food sometimes. I mean, we've had the opportunity to meet lots of people, lots of musicians across the world. We met an Australian musician. We are still working on something that will come out. We met an Australian musician in Doha during the 2022 World Cup campaign. That was actually our first travel. So I will also add that to the achievements.
And since then, you've done a couple of travels.
Yeah, within the region.
Okay.
Yeah, and
what do you make of the industry? We'll start from the whole music industry.
Music industry.
Because you have a voice when it comes to people who can actually speak to issues in the industry, because you're musicians.
Yeah.
So you have the right. So Ghana's music industry. Well, you want to start?
Do you need me to start? Or
anyone, because he didn't say anything.
Start.
Okay, I think
Okay.
what I would say is, I think I would dwell on the
Positives?
the negatives first.
Okay.
Or the positives first. I think
Fafra.
Okay. So what I would say is that we've like initially you said the bands have been relegated to the
To the back.
background. I think it's kind of historic because there was a point in time where during the coup and all that people were not
79,
because there was curfew and all that, people couldn't go out and musicians couldn't play in the clubs and pubs because of the time
Okay.
of the curfew. So they all traveled outside. And so the band and those who couldn't travel went to the church. And then so there were no bands playing, no popular bands playing in Ghana. So later when music resurrected again, it was Burger High Life.
Right.
Because they traveled and then they came back
with it.
with the Burger High Life, and then later the Hip Life also came. And I think it got to a point the band culture came back with the Megastar, Shabo Crew, our seniors, Senior Kwame Eboa, Dangra, those guys. I think they resurrected the band culture again, and at a point they also had to move on. They are still in the business though, but now it birthed new bands and we are also here. What I would say is that the industry has been narrowed down to the mainstream. So if you talk about musicians,
nobody cares about bands.
but technically
you're the actual musicians.
Yes, you get it. So I feel, and even if you look at our award schemes, it should tell you, you know, the bands have been really. Meanwhile, now we are expecting these mainstream artists to performing with bands.
The bands.
If you can't perform with a band, you are nobody, or we don't give you that recognition you want.
What has the band done to further push, you know, the message of we're here, we're actually the musicians?
Good. So that's the problem with us too, you know, and that's why Nkyinkyim is doing what we are doing now. And we talk about hard work and all that. You know, you need to learn, put yourself out there. Now, thankfully, in the era of social media. You don't really need somebody to pull you out there. You just need to have a product, right? So what we started doing from 2019 was we are playing at restaurants and all that. I mean, you are doing well. The feedback is okay, even though you don't rely on the compliments. You want to get better. So what can we do more? So we started doing covers. We had this small studio at Aguba. That time we're not here. So we started doing covers of these popular songs. So maybe every week or every month or twice a week, we rehearse and then record just one song. And then we put it on our YouTube. And then we share it via other platforms that go fast, you know, and the feedback was good. So like, okay, the motivation was there. And then we decided to do more. Now, the more you do more of this stuff, the more you do more of these, you create the attention for yourself. Yeah, and then, I mean, these artists, they have their clout most of the time. So if you're able to get the attention to and you work with them, you also get into their space and then people get to see you. So I think from our side, that's what
So that's what has been working for Nkyinkyim Band.
Yeah.
And apart from that,
from the beginning, that's what started working.
And is working.
It's working.
So as a band, a successful band at that, what advice would you give to the young ones, since you're trying as much as possible to bring, you know, other people up, teach them the way and all of that? What advice would you give somebody who is willing to be a part of a band someday?
Okay. I want to tackle a question you asked first,
Okay.
then I'll come back to.
Okay.
You asked what are the bands doing?
Yeah. What are they? Yeah. What are they doing?
The bands or the what we know as live bands are releasing their own original projects from Santo Fi,
Kwashibu.
Fra Band,
Yeah.
Thomas and the Kwashibu area band, Nkyinkyim Band. A lot of bands now are coming out with their own projects. With their original songs. And when you go back, it is what it was. Cause cause look at Osibisa, King Bruce and Nanampedu. They all had bands and they were
J.W. still has his band.
Yes.
Second
D. Yes. So the band is doing a lot, but it's not being seen. Let me in quote.
They're not being projected, or
Enough.
they're not putting themselves out there enough. Or
we are doing the best we can.
Okay.
We are doing the best we can, and I feel the big people in the industry can also help. I feel like we was talking about the award scheme. I feel like, I don't mean to be controversial, but I feel like there has to be a category for bands, best bands, and that will even bring up more quality bands, because we know we are being recognized. I hope you get me.
Yeah,
yes.
I understand.
So I feel like bands should have their category. Underground musicians should also have, because it's like
they do on some category at the
on
TV.
some, yes, but if we compare say the Grammys to ours, there are a lot more categories for them than one.
Right.
Because you can't box all of them. There are many than the mainstream. You understand? So I feel like a lot more could be done. Yes. And then when that is done, the young ones will develop more interest. You understand? Because they see that the bands like Nkyinkyim Band and all the other bands I've mentioned are being ourselves. We are projecting ourselves. We are staying true to our identity. And they will also stay true to their identity, because everybody is unique. You understand? So the young ones there who want to become like Nkyinkyim Band and all the other bands, or even a musician, you have to be true to yourself and know you are from Ghana. Project Ghana. That's the only thing that will sell you.
You know, Evibes saw the vision, so we are celebrating bands.
Yes, that's a very, very good initiative.
And there's a little we can do. We can't do much. This is all we can do.
Yeah.
So I agree that there should be more projection.
So let me come in from this side, from the bands.
Right.
I think what we are not doing right. The musicians the A-list musicians that we are saying, the artists we are saying, are doing a lot of things. They are reinvesting. They are putting all. A musician can spend like $15,000, $1,000 just for a video shoot. It was just for a picture or a photo shoot. Go and pay, then take the photos. They are not spending the money just like you see. They are putting it back into the business, and it's making them who they are right now. So our band system, the mentality we have is, let's go and play, Charlie. Charlie, I cannot be easy. Let's learn, Charlie. Take this one, Charlie. Go here. So the group is not like a group. It's like Charlie, if I'm sick of mommy, my baby, let me go. You see, and it's killing us. Because of that, people are not seeing the image well. If, let's say, an artist try to gather, like build a nation, let's say, I don't want to mention any, build this nation, this
club,
this movement, and this movement, they have their people. So why don't bands to have their people? Try to create it, put inside money, whatever you get. It's not enough. We don't have enough.
But how is the relationship with Nkyinkyim Band with other bands? Like, do we have like a group? what is it, or a union?
We are open, and we are even thinking.
So you don't even have a union.
We
As in,
actually have.
No, we
okay,
don't have a
so
band
you
union.
all for
union.
yeah, bands union, yeah.
No,
We
no.
don't
Now
have-
that we're talking about
we have a WhatsApp page.
No, we don't have.
exactly, so why are we not talking about creating the
Yes,
union?
That's
Yeah.
a very, very valid
So,
point.
so in Nkyinkyim
Valid point.
thought about something years ago that we are trying to get a software or like an app. We bring all bands on board, bring everybody who wants to patronize the band on board, so that you know that this band is, and it's because people don't trust the band. So this band is trustworthy. If I'm paying through this app or something for the band, or we discuss, Charlie, let's be a group as a like band association,
yeah.
so that
Stay.
if we are charging, let's say 50,000, band class A of bands are charging 50,000, class B charge like from a range of, let's say, 20,000 to 30,000, class C like 10. So you know that if you are taking a band in Ghana, you have a minimum charge like, let's say, 10,000. But no, you do the business, you go and charge 20,000, and the
somebody
band
else-
will go and take 3,000 with more equipment and everything than yours, and you go and play, and you can't do him anything. You didn't buy the instrument or
Of
equipment
course.
for the person, and it's worrying us. Aside that is normal gigs. Aside that, the art, like a band is an artist, like it's not only one person. So
You haven't projected that well.
Well,
yes, that's what I'm saying,
So,
because
a lot of people
this
don't
guy is
know.
not agreeing with me. We taking the money and then putting it, go and just do a photo shoot or go on a
He
radio
wants his
tour,
money.
and no.
I want my money.
Yes, you see, and I think that is what is killing us. And the young guys coming, we the young guys coming. I beg you, music pays. If you really, and this is the only this is the only profession that can take you to the highest person in the world without writing a proposal or anything. The person would even come to you and say, please, how are you?
Facts.
Yes, I want you to teach my son. But on the normal day, that person, you have to
Call
write
you.
a letter
Right.
Book appointment.
book appointment to see the person. So don't worry, do it. Do what you feel like. That is music. What is inside, you bring it out. Thank you.
Wow.
think-
Insightful.
I would like to add one more thing.
Go ahead.
It's a positive thing about the industry. I feel like we are still transitioning from what we used to be into something else. Because now people are getting and gaining interest in bands. I don't think there is any weekend in Ghana that a band doesn't play. We love bands. Ghanaians have always loved bands, but we went through a transition period and we are coming back stronger. So from what everyone has said, we are going to put in a lot more work, and I would like to commend Evibes for bringing up this initiative, because this is the only time I've seen a band show in a band edition in a very long time. We used to have that band competitions. We used to have all these things, but music festivals for bands,
Music alive.
music
There was
alive, and
Bands
all.
Alive.
Oh,
as
Yeah,
well.
Bands
Bands
Alive.
Alive.
Yeah, Bands Alive.
Yeah,
yes.
all these things were there, but now we don't see it. But we are still transitioning. We are in the process, and we are grateful. So that's a positive thing.
I'm also very grateful.
Just one more thing.
That's
with
okay.
what the other bands or bands who are also trying to build something. I think one thing you also need is patience. I think everybody needs it. But with music, and with the band, you need a lot of patience.
Okay.
Because even managing yourself as an individual is a
difficult.
whole headache. How much more, managing a group?
Yeah. Different egos.
Yes, exactly. So a lot of patience, and also with the success that comes with it. If you don't have a lot of patience, you give up at a point. Even the mainstream guys, some give up at a point. How much more? So we need a lot of patience, dedication, and hope.
Very important, because I was
Yes.
going to say that you guys are dismissing, people's not feelings, but the actual plea that there's no money.
Yeah,
I cannot go ahead because the system is bad. I don't have money to transport myself to a rehearsal and all of that. You're dismissing that.
I think
So it's also part of it. I mean, we are interested in getting the work done, but there's really nothing that you can do about it. I cannot go and steal.
Yeah, but
so there's a lot of patience that
and I think
hope.
we our generation should also kind of, when you listen to our parents and what they had to go through. Sometimes I listen to I once heard Keche say they used to work from Tema to Danceman to the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Tema and I've seen the distance.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you
even
can
using
see
the motorway.
exactly, and they are still in business. So, I think sometimes one of our bosses, Dr. Sunudo, will tell you, keep your excuse to yourself.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. So I think sometimes you also give too much excuses.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay.
We for me, we've been through a lot of struggles, but I think that's where, when I'm being saying it, I'm quite happy about I mean, what we've been through. Like, hey, Charlie, hey, you nanti how be 1 hour. And I'll be laughing like, yo, are you okay? But I feel it's part of
life.
So I think we should also reduce the number of excuses and just try. I mean, what's the worst that will happen? You will just die.
But Ken wants to talk.
Okay. I think the band thing is getting better. Yeah, that's why you are here.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. Then I'm telling the young ones out there that they should have focus. They should have focus. That's one. That's one advice I'll give them. Yeah.
They should be focused. I think that we're having a lot of fun, and we haven't even highlighted the Nkyinkyim success, which is the album, 2 albums.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we have. I know of other bands who have albums, but not 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but you have 2 albums.
Yeah.
Tell me about the first one. How it went, how many songs on that, and just the creative thoughts that came with the whole.
Yeah, 12 songs on the Where We Dey album. So Where We Dey, as in a question, like Where We Dey, we were lost. Like, I mean, you are going through lots of struggles, you are going through a lot of things, and COVID, I mean, so many things, and you are lost. Like, you ask yourself, Charlie, Where We Dey, why am I still doing this? Where am I from? So it's in like 3 folds, trying to find yourself. So, who am I? Where am I? And I mean, in this business, where am I headed? Which point? Yeah. So
did you find answers?
We are still finding answers. So in the next album, we titled it Ofiu Kwanso. So we are still on that journey of finding ourselves. We are still on that journey, full of the twists and the turns. Where We Dey had 12 songs. It was a blend of, I mean, all genres, what we like what he said earlier about we all come from different backgrounds. Everyone has what they listen to. So we just blended almost everything throughout our journey, which we recorded some of the songs earlier, but it wasn't like properly recorded. So we used 3 weeks to finish the album.
3 weeks to finish the album.
Yes. Right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did everything here. Recording, mixing, mastering, and releasing. Listening.
We did no, was it even listening?
A short listening where I wasn't invited. Thank you very much.
It was quite technical, though. So
okay, so it means that I'm not technical.
No.
Oh, now you can play the keyboard.
Okay,
so
now
leave
me
and after that, we did a bigger listening.
Right.
Yeah. At Veggies.
2020. It was 27th August
2022.
Yeah. And that was fantastic. Do we have any favorites? You get to probably perform. Whose favorite? Whose favorite? Because we can't.
So the very first song we played
Chim, yeah.
Which is the Nkyinkyim family anthem. Is, or should I say was? It's still on the Where We The album. That is actually the first song on the album after an intro by Kwame Brenya, and it also features Fameye. It features Kojunda, Adam Nana.
Okay.
Yeah, so
so that would be like your favorite. Everybody has agreed that that's the song that we are going with.
People love it.
We're about to wrap up.
Okay.
And I'd like to just have one of the songs that everybody can relate.
That is our favorite on the album.
But
let's choose one from the Ofie Kwanso album. And then
I'd love to listen to that. I mean, it's the conversation. I mean, these guys, they're fun, and I want to continue, but I have to end because we have to go and come again when they win the Grammy. When they decide that they will help put the union together, bands together, and make me the finance.
We'll build another theater.
What should I do?
We'll build another theater.
Don't promise anything that you can't achieve.
If you give me the money.
We'll initiate.
I want to be taking the money. I can facilitate.
Not you. All of us.
Oh, no, as in take the money on everybudy's behalf. Then we share it in some corner.
No.
We'll share it in the corner.
We use it to build a theater for us.
So so after the theater is being built, what happens?
So let me.
We won't go to KFC or anywhere. What's going on? What's going on?
Let me use this medium to say this. We heard that Osibisa donated some coins for
100,000.
some coins.
Okay, that's
100,000.
That time for the National Theatre. And
at the time.
Yes.
And we are calling it National Theatre. I think they've done a lot for the country. So we should change the name
To
recognize the music, like a music, like how do I say it? Entity,
music mogul.
So not a museum. We don't need that right now. The theatre should be Osibisa National Theatre.
And maybe government should get us another national theatre.
Yes, I'm yet to confirm, but from where I heard it, it's valid.
Okay.
So they should do that for us.
Okay, that's a plea to whoever is listening or in a position to effect this change. I'm so grateful that we had this conversation, hoping that we can do this some other time, maybe next year we come back again.
Next month.
Because you have a lot to say.
We have a lot to say.
When you have a new project, I will come real quick.
We have a concert coming on.
Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah, it's 25th of May.
25th of May.
Nkyinkyim Experience at Kumasi.
Okay.
We did one last year in Accra. We did one here. So right now we are going to Kumasi. Yes.
And then we'll come back to Accra.
Accra
is constant. Every year it's like our annual concert.
So it's a whole
we are
lineup.
going to Kumasi and we are going to the whole of Ghana. We are touring Ghana. So we need you people on board. We need the money.
Yes.
We want to, as you said, bring the band culture alive. So please bring all the sponsors so that we can get money.
So for the sponsors, how can they reach you? How do they get to? Do we call? Look out for you on social. Tell us.
We can mention the numbers here right now.
Of course, go ahead.
We will. However, if you miss it, when you go on any of our social media platforms too, the contacts are there. You can reach us from there. But so we have 0598
0598
73 78 13 0598 73 78 13. Both on WhatsApp and normal call. You get us and
on socials, Nkyinkyim. So Nkyinkyim is NKYINKYIM. Nkyinkyim, then you add band. So you Google Google Nkyinkyim Band. You see our website www.nkyinkyimBand.com, and you see all our other socials. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stream Ofio Kwanso. It's our newest release, and we have a lot more coming your way this year.
You can send us an email too.
Yeah.
chinchimgh@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Well, we're all set. So I don't have anything useful to add to what they said. This has been Evibes, the musical band series with Nkyinkyim. We'll see you some other time.
Bye-bye.